If you're dating a Scorpio man or thinking about dating a Scorpio man, let me just say this right now. You didn't choose a light experience. You choose a man with intensity, and you choose depth. You choose a man who will look very calm on the outside, but is emotionally auditing and clocking everything about you on the inside. And it's all about keeping timestamps on your tone and behavioral patterns and even your energy shifts. And let me be very clear, dating a Scorpio man isn't casual. It's not light and fluffy. It's not surface level. It feels more like being slowly pulled into something very powerful and mysterious without realizing when it even started. And if no one warned you what this man is really like, or it's your first experience dating a Scorpio man, then it is very easy to misunderstand him. So don't judge him until you have read his complete story from front to back. Now I want you to stay with me because I'm going to share some very important hacks that could get you into his secret sanctum and have him falling head over heels in love with you, which is why you're here, right? So let's not waste any more time. Let's crack this magnetic, intense man wide open right now. So let me give you a brief, quick overview of why he possesses these very unique, intense characteristics. So first off, it's important to know that a Scorpio man is ruled by Mars and Pluto in Western astrology. Mars gives Scorpio man the intense desires, incredible passion, and natural psychic instincts. Now, Pluto, on the other hand, lends them the influence of obsession, power, death, rebirth, and emotional transformation. That combination alone tells you this man does not do anything half-assed or halfway, especially not in relationships. Now, in Eastern astrology, Scorpio's energy is similar to the yin water. It's deep, it's still, it's emotionally intelligent, and it means that they look calm on the surface, but incredibly powerful underneath all of that. This is why a Scorpio man can seem so quiet, reserved, or even mysterious at first. But the moment you step into his emotional world, you realize how intense he actually is. When you first start dating a Scorpio man, the very first stage is where he observes you. And this is where a lot of people get really confused with them. He might not text you nonstop. He might not overshare, and he won't rush anything. And that is because he's not flirting the way other signs flirt. What he is doing is he's studying you. And if he's really into you, he will be giving you this notorious death stare, which Scorpio men and women are very famous for. I know that because when I dated a Scorpio man that was incredibly into learning me, he would look at me like he wanted to gobble me whole, soul and all. I have to admit and say that personally speaking, I only give that Scorpio death stare when I either want to eat you or kill you. So just saying, and love, you can interpret that however you'd like. So let's get back on track. What I'm truly trying to convey to you is that he's going to be paying attention to how you speak and how you react and when you're uncomfortable. He's also going to pay attention to how emotionally honest you are and whether or not you're being real or putting on a facade while trying to mask your true intentions. Scorpios want authenticity. Believe me, Scorpio men have an instinctive ability to sense emotional inconsistency. And if something doesn't add up and you give him mixed energies, he will feel it immediately, even if he doesn't say anything about it right away. And usually they won't. But don't worry. In due time, he will mirror you and show you who you are at the soul level. And his timing will be calculated and perfect. Trust me on this. So during this early stage, he may ask deep questions that feel like they're way too intense for how early it is. And that's because he wants to know what you're made of emotionally. Okay, so Scorpio men are not attracted to surface level energy. They want depth from you and they want truth and emotional substance. So let me be transparent here. When you're dating a Scorpio man and you actually want this man's undivided attention, please don't make the mistake of talking about how you just had your hair done or how crappy the weather has been and is preventing you from getting your nails redone. Surface level talk will not bait a Scorpio man, and I know this firsthand. So if you can't jump straight into deep topics such as "Are dogmen real?" or "Do aliens from another galaxy abduct humans and conduct heinous experiments on us?" Or, most important, you're not able to share some of your childhood or adulthood traumas with them. Then you seriously might want to rethink dating a Scorpio man. And the reason I say that is because they need to know you and who you are at a soul level. So I hope by now you're starting to get a clear picture of a typical Scorpio man. And my cosmic bunnies, Scorpio men are not for the faint of heart or faint of soul. You either jump into the deep end with him emotionally, or seriously, don't bother wasting your time trying to capture a Scorpio man's heart if you lack emotional and soul intelligence. You know, I have been receiving quite a few questions from ladies that seem desperate to know how to lock down a Scorpio man. And they want to know why the silent treatment and sudden disappearing acts. Well, I have created a couple videos that cover those questions. Like in this video, I created an entire playlist for Scorpios called the Scorpios Book of Shadows. It has 27 videos in that playlist. And if you're truly serious about learning the dominant traits of a typical Scorpio, then I highly suggest that you watch that entire series. Trust me, I do not disappoint because I give you a plethora of vital, well-researched information that could save you from unnecessary heartaches. I was going to say heart attacks, but no. Okay, so to be clear, ladies, I know you don't want your hearts broken and definitely no heart attacks, okay? I will be going live soon and I will answer and take your questions about how to get a Scorpio man to notice you and take you seriously. So I want you to stay tuned because it's going to be happening soon. So now let's get back on course. So you need to know that if a Scorpio man decides he's interested, you will most definitely feel his energy shift. And this is when his intensity starts to build and his eye contact becomes a lot heavier. The conversations get deeper and deeper, and he starts to remember very small details that you forgot you mentioned. He will start opening up in ways that feel intimate and personal. So get this, Scorpio rules the 8th house in astrology, which governs intimacy, emotional merging, trust, and transformation. So honestly speaking, that's why being around a Scorpio man oftentimes feels like it's changing you inside, even if you don't realize it or understand it yet. Now, the next phase of dating a slippery Scorpio, well, I'm going to be brutally transparent here. It's where most folks, specifically ladies, aren't prepared for, and it's the testing phase. Okay, just to be clear, every Scorpio man tests. And not because he wants to hurt you, but because betrayal is his deepest fear. He needs to know who he can trust before he fully commits. And he may pull back emotionally to see how you react. He may go quiet to see if you become anxious or grounded. He may share something semi-personal to see if you handle it with care or use it against him. These tests are subtle, but they are very real. But these tests are part of every Scorpio's blueprint. They test you most of the time without even realizing they are doing it. So just know if a Scorpio man feels disrespected, lied to, or emotionally unsafe with you, he won't usually argue about it. He won't always explain himself. In most scenarios, he will simply withdraw in every way. So you need to understand that Scorpio men don't do dramatic endings. They do emotional disappearances. And this is why people often say Scorpio men vanish without warning. The truth is, the warning happened internally inside of them. Because once trust is broken, he closes the door quietly. If you want to successfully date a Scorpio man, emotional honesty is everything. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be mysterious. You don't have to play games. You just have to be real. You need to be authentic. Scorpio men respect emotional strength. They respect loyalty, consistency, and integrity. They need to know that you are emotionally solid and trustworthy, especially when things get intense. When a Scorpio man feels safe, he is deeply loyal, protective, and committed. And he loves with depth and devotion. And he's the type of partner who will stand by you in the dark, not just when things are easy, or when things are rosy. And just to be blunt, without apologies, a Scorpio man is not a man you date casually. And if you want casual, then I suggest you look to a Sagittarius or Taurus or even a Libra man, because ladies, a Scorpio man is not a man you half commit to. Dating a Scorpio man requires emotional maturity, self-awareness, and honesty, and loyalty. If you can handle depth, intensity, and real emotional connection, and I'm going to take this one step further, if you can handle having a soul connection with a Scorpio man, then realize they will be one of the most transformative partners you'll ever experience. And that is no joke, ladies. And if you can't handle it, well, he'll sense it long before you say a word. If this video feels helpful, or you just vibed with the information, or I left out vital information, then please feel free to share your thoughts below. I am, in fact, reading and responding to every single comment. So please remember to help this channel grow and flow by detonating that like button and helping the thumbs face upwards to the firmament. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, because I know you don't want to miss any of my upcoming deep astrological and self-improvement videos. Thank you all for watching. We're out of here.